Now we quickly go through the questions for stem and leaf diagrams. Okay, first I will give you a quick run through what it is, and then we look at questions because I believe that this one is properly understood. You understand it better by doing more questions. Okay, so I'm going to do typical examples, about 4 of them, important or having something different for you to go through, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Right? Okay, good. Now here, let's see what it is. What is a stem and a leaf? What is a stem and leaf diagram? Okay, it is a way of grouping data into intervals. So in there, we are going to have data in intervals, usually tens. Okay, usually, but not all the time. Okay, in like 1 to 9, like 0 to 9, sorry, and then 11 to 19, and then 21 to 29. Okay, so we are grouping them like that. Okay, but the good thing about this is you retain the original data. In other words, you don't lose it. You can still know what each value was. Okay, you don't just put all the values into one range like we do for other things. Okay, good. Now, what you should know about a stem and leaf diagram is sometimes you find it being called a stem plot. Okay, good. Now, what is the advantage of this thing? What do we use it for? Well, when you have a stem and leaf diagram, you can easily pick out the smallest value, the largest value, as well as the mode. You can easily find these 3 things. Not even hard. Great. Now, another thing is that when you are doing, that is just something important about stem and leaf diagrams. Now, although I've told you something important about those, I would love to tell you important things that you should always remember when you are constructing these things. Okay? Now, the first thing is that, maybe let me start by reading this one at the bottom, is that you should never ever forget the heading. When you're doing a stem and leaf diagram, something that is very easy to forget is a heading. Okay? It always should have a heading. We'll see when we do how you easily pick up the heading. Now, another thing you must always do is when you're doing a stem and leaf diagram, you have the power to choose your intervals. Now, just make sure that 1, your intervals make sense, and 2, the intervals chosen must be equal. Okay? You can't have one interval having 4, the other one having 5, the other one having 9. It doesn't make sense. And another thing you must never, ever, 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 ever forget is a key. You need to tell us how to interpret your stem and leaf diagram. Never forget that. Okay? Good. Now, how do we make the stem and leaf diagram? Very easy. No matter what type of data you have. Okay, what you should know is that the last value in your data is the leaf, and then all the other values are going to be the stem. Now, when we are making the stem, we ignore any comma. If there is a comma, we put them, but we ignore the comma, and then the last value becomes the leaf. Don't ever forget that. Now, let's do this example. Okay, what example 1? Below are the ages of 20 people who won a lottery. Ah, great. Ages of 20 people? Okay, great. Represent this information on a stem and leaf diagram. So we have 20 people. We are supposed to represent the information on a stem and leaf diagram. Great. What I'm going to do is to try and find out the smallest value and the largest value. They always help me to kind of know how to make my interval. So I can see the smallest is probably 16. Is there anything smaller than 16? Nah, I think so. And then the largest looks to me like this 84. Okay, so the largest is 84. The smallest is 16. Well, I can afford to make them tens. Okay, 0 to 9, then 10 to 19, then 20 to 29. Those are nice, huh? Those are nice, right? 0 to 9, then 10 to 19. All right, so I can quickly make a stem and leaf. Let's go. I'm going to say here, well, what are the ages? What are the value representing the ages? Okay, the ages. So that's going to be my heading. It's ages, right? And then I'm going to put it like that. Okay, we can make it as a T. Sometimes you just don't put the line on top. You can just start putting your T. Now, either way, let's go through it. So what am I going to have? I should put the values, right? I will put, for my stem and leaf, I'm going to say, do I have 0 to 9? No, I don't. I have 10 and above. So I'm going to start with 1, 10s, then 20s, then 30s, then 40s, then 50s, then 60s. Then I keep going. Then 70s, then 80s, right? I don't have 90s. These are all my values, and I'm done. Right, so now what do I do from here? I go ahead and I make my stem and leaf diagram. So easy. Now let's go ahead and do that. What am I going to have? I'll start with the tens, okay? I'll start with the tens. Since these are only 2, if there were 3 digits, it will be a little bit different, but these are only 2 digits. So yes, I'll put the first digit on the as my stem. This is the stem. Okay, now I'm going to be putting the leaf. The leaf is going to be the last value. So let's go ahead. Let's start with the tens. Now, what you should always do on your stem and leaf is make sure you put, for the things, put them in order. Make sure you order. So let's see the tens. We have here 18. Here we have 16, right? So if I'm putting the tens, it's 18 and 16. So I go 6, then 8. So I can cancel 16. I can cancel 18. Then I go to 20s. Which 20s do I have? Do I have 20s? Blah, 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 blah. 0. So I leave it empty, right? I go to 30s. Do I have 30s? Here I have 1 here. I have 30 itself here. I have 37 here. Nothing else. So I have 3. Okay, great. I put the last value. So this is going to be a 0. Leave some space. Make sure you separate your things, okay? I should put more space here. So this is a 0, 30 is out. Then I put 35, a 5, cancel 35. Then I put the 7, I cancel 37. So I might as well put the key right now. And I'll put the key like this. I'll say key, dot, dot, right? Then I'll say 1, let's put for 16. I'll say key, then I'll say 1 bar 6 means 16, okay? Years old means 16 as age. You can say as age. Okay, we can say 16 years old, 16 years old as age. Great. Now I can put the rest. Let's put the others. What do I have? I go to 30s. I put my, well, oh my gosh, I put on 20s. I'm sorry. 057 should be on 30s. So this is 057. Great. Now we go to 40s. Nothing to have. I do. Okay, so like this. 46, 49, 45. Okay, so I have these 3. So 46, 49, 45. Okay, so 45, I start with the 5. Then 46, I cancel 6. Then I say 9. 9. Now 50. Let's go for 50s. Let's go for 50. 51 right here. 55 right here. 53 right here. 51 right here. 57 right here. And 54. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, so 51. So I'll put 1. I have yet another 51. I saw it here. There, so I put another 51. Then I have 53. Okay. Then I have 54. Then I have 55. Then I have 57. Then I have 60s. Then 7, then 8. So 6. So 64. I'm now doing 60s. I have only these 2. 64 and 68. So 4. So 60. So it will be 2. 72 goes. I have another 72. I'll put my 2. Cancel. 76. I'll put the 6. Then 80s. I only have 80. Is it 82 or 84? What value is that? Either way, I think it's an 82. So I'm just going to put it as an 82. And I'll be done with my stem and leaf. Remember not to forget the heading and the key. This will be the stem. You put a bar, then the leaf goes. So 6 means 16 years old as age. Okay, then you are done. You have told us your key. Write it whatever way you write it. Just make sure it makes sense. And you are done. This is easy. Now from here, you can easily see the smallest value. It is going to be this one, 16. Okay, so smallest value. From here, we can see that smallest value, the youngest person is 16 years. Then the oldest person is 82. So oldest, okay, is 82 years old. And then which age won the most? Which was the model age? I can see there's a 1 year and another one. So, okay, there are 2 1s and then there are two twos here on 7. So model, so it is bimodal, right? Mod would be 51 and 72 years, because both of them are appearing twice. And that is it. You are done. Well done. We'll do another question in the next video. Bye for now.